So we've done counting, and we took a look at permutations and combinations. Okay, now we're going to that's going to lead into basic probability concepts. So when we talk about probability, this is the branch of math that attempts to predict answers to questions. And what we do is we base that on the likelihood that something's going to happen. Okay, probability experiment, that's when you actually do an experiment. So whether you roll a die 10 times or you pull a card 4 times, okay? And this is where clear outcomes and results are observed. When we talk about trials, we talk about one of the tests of an experiment. So one roll of the die, or one choosing of a card, or one flip of a coin, okay? And the outcome is what actually happens, the result of an experiment. So with a coin, it's either heads or tails. And so say toss a head, our outcome is a head. Okay, and we have a sample space, an S. We kind of talked about this when we did Venn diagrams. The sample space of an experiment are all of the possible outcomes. Okay, so let's take a look. Example 1, 2 6-sided dice are rolled. What are the possible outcomes of the sum of the dice? And what is the event of this experiment? Okay, so an easy way to do this is to make a chart. We make a chart outlining this would be the first roll of the dice, and you can get a 1, a 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. And then this would be the second roll of the dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the first roll. 1 and 1 is 2. 2 and 1 is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I always tell students 6, 7, 8, 9. So no matter what, do this on the test, because when you're writing with a pen, it takes a lot less time. So just write it down. It takes maybe 30 seconds to do, and then you're going to guarantee that you have the answer correct. These are 8s, these are 9s, 10, 11, and 12. So these here are all of the outcomes of rolling 2 dice. Okay, and what's the event? So the event here, we can see the event that we roll 2, the event that we roll 3, a sum of 3, let's say a sum of, just be a little bit more exact. Okay, those would be the events. The event that you roll a sum with 2 dice. Okay, roll a sum with 2 dice. Okay, and we're going to see this chart come back many times during this course. So now let's assume that is equally likely to have a son and daughter. So let's say boy and girl, 50-50. Okay, let's construct a tree diagram to show all possibilities for each possible outcome when having 2 children. Okay, so we'll do boy and girl, and that's 1/2 and 1/2, right? Half and half. And then boy and girl, so that's another half and another half. We have boy and girl. Half, 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 half. Okay, so we can have the event of boy, boy. Okay, and we have, just to show you a little bit of an extension, we have 1/2 times 1/2. So it's a 1 out of 4% chance that you get 2 boys. The event of a boy-girl combination, we have 1/2 times 1/2, so that's 1/4 again. Okay, event of girl-boy, this is 1/4, and the event of girl-girl, is again 1/4. If you look in general, if generally you're asking like what's the probability of having a boy and a girl, then this is just 1/4 plus 1/4 because it's two different cases, and it equals 1/2. But that's a little bit more in depth than this question is asking. I just want you to see the all-around picture.